You know, in football, fortunes can change in the blink of an eye. You've got one club, this sleeping giant, that just suddenly wakes up, while another that was so full of promise finds itself in an absolute freefall. Today, we're diving into that exact story, a classic tale of two titans, Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur, who are on completely opposite paths right now.
Okay, let's get right into it, because the contrast here is just wow. It couldn't be more stark. So on one side, you've got Manchester United, just firing on all cylinders, racking up 4 Premier League wins in a row. And on the other, Tottenham. They're just trapped in this downward spiral, can't seem to buy a win in their last 7 league games. I mean, it's the perfect picture of two clubs going in totally different directions.
So you've got to ask, right? What is going on at Old Trafford? What's behind this sudden surge? Well, it all seems to point to one man, the club legend himself, Michael Carrick. He stepped in as manager and has, by all accounts, completely flipped the script on the team's momentum and their entire mindset. 4, it's just a number, right? But in the Premier League, with its relentless pace, stringing together 4 straight wins, that is a massive statement. It tells you this is a team that's found its groove, its confidence, and yeah, its bite again. And just look at who they've beaten. We're not talking about easy wins here. They've taken down giants like Manchester City and Arsenal. Then, they backed it up with solid performances against Fulham, and most recently, that 2-0 victory over Spurs. This isn't just a winning streak, you know, it's them telling the whole league they're back. And to really put this into perspective, this is the first time in 2 whole years that Manchester United has pulled this off. That just shows you the scale of the turnaround Carrick has managed. It's way more than just good form. It's like they've finally broken a curse.
All right, let's zoom in on that Tottenham match, because it was a story all on its own. It was a whole narrative, really, defined by the two captains and one pivotal, totally reckless, game-changing moment.
You know how every big match has that one moment, that single point in time where you can just feel the whole thing shift and the outcome is basically decided? Well, for Tottenham, that moment came early, and boy, was it self-inflicted.
The 29th minute, we're not even a third of the way through the game. Tottenham's captain, Cristian Romero, just lunges in on Casemiro. The whistle blows, the card comes out, and it's red. Just like that, the entire game is turned completely on its head. So after the match, what does the manager do? Well, Tottenham's Thomas Frank steps up to defend his captain. You can almost hear the frustration in his voice as he insists, that Romero is making a genuine play for the ball. But the ref, and let's be honest, a lot of us watching saw something very different. And here's why that defense is so hard to swallow. This statistic is just damning. This wasn't some one-off moment of madness. It was Romero's 6th, that's right, 6th red card since he joined the club. And if that wasn't bad enough, get this, that's more red cards than any other player in the entire Premier League over that same period. So this isn't an accident, right? It's a pattern, a discipline problem that is absolutely costing his team. And after that final whistle blew, the massive gap between these two clubs was just perfectly captured by what their managers had to say. You had one guy calm and focused, and the other just looking like he was under immense pressure. Just listen to Michael Carrick here. I mean, even after a 4th straight win, his feet are planted firmly on the ground. He's calm, he's measured, he's focused. He's like, yeah, this is good, but we haven't cracked it yet. There's a lot of work to do. That is the voice of a leader who's building for the long haul. And then you have Thomas Frank, who's forced to talk about apologies and incidents. You can just feel the strain. He's in full-on crisis management mode, confirming his captain said sorry, all while knowing that an apology doesn't get the points back or change the consequences. So what does this all actually mean going forward? This one game has sent these massive ripples through both clubs, and it's really set them on very, very different paths for the weeks to come. For Tottenham, the picture looks pretty bleak. They are stuck in that 7-game winless rut. Now their captain, a key defender, is out for 4 matches. And they're still looking for their very first league win of the year. That's a really tough spot to be in.
And this table here, it just lays it all out in black and white. Manchester United, 4 W's, flying high in 4th place, managers getting praised. Tottenham, a mess of losses and draws, stuck in mid-table, and their captains banned. It's a perfect snapshot of two clubs in 2 completely different universes right now.
Which, of course, leaves us with the million-dollar question. For Manchester United, is this for real? Is this the actual start of a new, successful era under Michael Carrick?
Or is it just a hot streak, a temporary high before the brutal reality of the Premier League comes knocking again? I guess only time will tell.